Hey guys, Sketchy here. Now, by the time this video comes out, I'm sure most of you will have already known about the recent debacle with Toon Critic and his crimes of pedophilia. Now, I'm not going to sit here and talk about how he betrayed my trust or my friendship because, firstly, I haven't been able to call him a friend for a long time before this. And more importantly, this isn't about me. Now, despite a few people asking me on various social media outlets, I didn't originally plan on making a video about this situation because my feelings on the matter were very simple. I was disgusted by what he did, and I hoped that he would be punished to the fullest extent of the law. Simple as that. But what made me change my mind was a video that Dr. Wolf uploaded talking about how important forgiveness is and how we must, even in the wake of all this, forgive Toon for what he did for our own sakes. According to the description of said video, the script was written by both Dr. Wolf and Silverquill. I thought about the message that the video was sending. I sat on it for a long time, and the conclusion I came to was this. In spite of my respect for both the Doc and Silver as people, I cannot in good conscience co-sign on the sentiment portrayed in this video. Now, before I continue, I want to make this abundantly clear. I don't think Doc or Silver are bad people because of what they said. While it disappoints and frustrates me to see them promote this message, I still respect them as people. This is not an attack on them because it is not about them. This is about their message, first and foremost. My stance on the issue is twofold. Firstly, forgiving someone and letting go of a grudge are not the same thing. While you must let go of a grudge in order to forgive, you do not need to forgive in order to let go of a grudge. Forgiveness is often touted as something that is required in order to move on from being wronged by someone, and no, it isn't. There are a plethora of healthy ways to release those negative emotions and get closure, and making forgiveness a requirement inherently devalues forgiveness as a whole because of what I'm about to say next. Forgiveness is earned. It is something you give to someone when they have proven that they have learned from their mistakes and will make a conscious effort to not make them again. That's the big qualifier here. Forgiveness is given after the wrongdoer has made at least some progress in changing. Choosing to withhold forgiveness until you feel it is earned is not a bad thing, nor does it mean that you are holding onto a grudge. What it does mean is that you are holding that person accountable for what they did and letting them know that it will take more than an apology to set things right. Part of why I felt the need to make this response is because the approach to forgiveness proposed in Dr. Wolf's video is exactly what led to things escalating to the point that they did. As plenty of people have pointed out in their own videos on the matter, while Toon's pedophilia was by far his worst offense, it was not his first. And during the time that I was friends with him, I did see how he mistreated some of his former friends, colleagues, and partners, but in spite of that, he received forgiveness without atonement, and he grew accustomed to that, leading to his behavior getting worse. And I'm ashamed to say that while my friendship with Toon ended almost a year ago because of how he treated his friends, during the time that I still was his friend, I contributed to that forgiveness, and that was something that I had to come to terms with, knowing that I could have at least tried to break the cycle. We cannot just forgive people indiscriminately. That is how people take advantage of you. If they see that you are willing to forgive them without showing improvement or atonement, they will exploit that. If there is anything that you take away from this video, let it be this. Don't let anyone tell you that you have to forgive someone that wronged you. That is a decision that is yours to make, and yours alone. And you cannot let another person make that decision for you, including me. I briefly considered ending off on a more uplifting note about faith in our fandom and to pray for Toon's former friends as they deal with the fallout. But then I realized that doing so would be a disservice to who really needs our concern. Don't prioritize the fandom. Don't prioritize Toon's former friends. And certainly don't prioritize me. I'm gonna be fine. Our priorities should be on Toon's victims, both those that were brave enough to come forward and those that couldn't. If they have a story to share, please listen. Regardless of how uncomfortable it may make you, they are the ones that need our concern and support the most. And we all need to make a conscious effort to hold people accountable for their actions so that tragedies like this do not happen again. Forgiveness is a choice, and it is not a required one. Forgiveness is earned.